Alright, what's up guys? We are on a little bit of a different camera today, so sorry if it's a little bit less in quality. It's on my regular phone. The other phone died. My recording phone died. So we're on my regular phone today, and let's just get straight into it. So today I'm going to be teaching another false cut. It's a simpler version of the first one I taught. I'm going to teach how to force a card. There's just one way to force. There are plenty of ways, but this is just one. And then I think that may be it today. Not entirely sure, but that's what I have planned. So, without further ado, I am going to start doing timestamps, or chapters is what YouTube calls them. So, if it jumps at the bottom, I apologize. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I'm just dipping my toes in the water of that. But that way, when you guys go back to rewind and rewatch the video, you know where I am at. And where to find a specific tutorial trick I'm talking about. This is part 3 of the card manipulation tutorials. I don't know how many parts this is going to be, but I do know without a doubt that when this... when this series is over, I will be teaching the trick that I had forgotten. It is the first ace transposition I had ever learned. So, I guess without further ado, well, hold on, we got about 20 more seconds here. So yeah, that's just it. The Great Sticker Race is starting not this week, but next week. Yeah, next week. And now we have about 5 seconds till the first timestamp. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. There we go. Now we're back in business. And so what this is going to do is going to be enable you to do that first move I taught you guys a little bit quicker. So just to recap, the first move I taught was this, where you take 3 separate packets and you cut it and then you close it. It's a bunch of swivel cuts and all of that. But this is a false swivel cut. So swivel, tap, set, down, go. Done. Your whole setup is done. That's it. There is no setup to this trick. It's the Jack of Hearts on the bottom, the Queen of Spades on top. And so what we're going to do here, this is just to show you guys that it is a false cut. So what this is going to do is, just like the other trick, you're going to take this, but instead of bringing this over here this time, you're going to tap, set this down, grab this, set this down. And so what that does is it literally just keeps it in the same order, but it's that audio illusion that keeps it from going into, it keeps it from staying in the spectator's mind, and you can move on with your trick. Sorry, I couldn't think of the exact words that I needed to say, but I'm going to slow it down really quick, and then I'm going to do one quick recap, and then let's get into the how to force a card, one of the many forces you can do. But before we get into that, this is what it should look like fast, just like that. And so I'm going to do that one more time. This is what it should look like fast. And it should have a little more audio on it, but unfortunately I can't get that for right now, so for some reason. But, so one more time, recapped and slowed down. You cut off the top pack, you swivel it into this hand, you tap, and you take it down, take down. One last final, fast recap. Take it, tap it, go. And you're clean. Alright. Now, next thing, and so that's the second jump cut. Let's go into this next one. So, this is how to force a card. And so, this is just a simple force. So, I'm going to do this real quick. We're going to need the Ace of Spades real quick. There we go. There's the Ace of Spades. There's a little flourish for you guys. I will be teaching that in a future episode of this. I don't know why I'm saying episode. I may turn them into episodes, but as of right now, they are parts. But what we're going to do with this, we're going to keep this on top. Now watch the ace as it disappears into the deck. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. It's not that kind of trick. But what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna riffle through the cards. Now we want the spectator to pick the ace of spades, just for whatever reason we need them to in this case. So there we go. They're not gonna pick this card, but they are gonna pick this card. And so what I'm gonna show you now is how to do that. Say you have a card placed somewhere. Whether it be in your pocket or in another location that they have to go and retrieve it, or you retrieve it yourself, and you need them to pick that similar card. And so something you can do with that is it's called a riffle force. So this is what it's gonna look like from the back side, but it's actually on the side. It's angled down like this. So you're just thumbing through the cards, you're riffling through the cards. They say stop at any time. Literally, this is free choice. And so they say stop. And so you tell them, oh, we're not going to use this card because I can see it. But we are going to use this card. And then they flip it over, they memorize it, and then it goes to wherever you need it to for whatever trick you need it for. But if you look, that is the ace of spades. Now, you may already know how to do this. You may be wondering how to do this. Either way, I'm going to show it to you how to do this. And so, like I said, this is going to be your setup right here. This is all it is. It's 3 fingers, thumb, and regular finger, or your index finger. And then same thing on this side. 3 fingers, index finger. It can be gripped here, but you can keep it out in the open. And then thumb. What you're going to do is you're going to riffle through this with your thumb. It's literally you're applying pressure, bending it down, and you're letting them spring back up on their own. As you do this, and so say that they say stop here. You're going to pull this top pack off with your thumb and 3 fingers. Now remember that ace of spades is on top. You're not releasing with these fingers. That's just implied to your spectator that you are. But you're not. You're coming in here. You're showing. You're showing. Okay? So, I'm going to slow that down one more time and then show you a faster version. Once again. For this. Sorry. There we go. The ace of spades is back on top. And so, once again, you're going to riffle through. You're going to pull this like this. There should be enough grip on your fingers that you don't need to lick them, adhesive to them, or anything. And it'll just slide off. Alright? And so then you just, as you're doing that, you do it so quickly they don't even realize it. And that's the card they're picking. Alright? And so, here we go. So this goes back on top. And we close that out. So, one last time, this is what we're doing here. So, ace of spades is on top. There we go. And so, what we're going to do, once again, is we're going to force this card on them. This is just the sped up version. I'm going to go into a, you know what, slower version than sped up. Slow. You see that? It's lifting up their card. It's down here. Alright, now sped up version. Say stop at any time. Boom. Not this card. This card. Alright? So it's all it is. It's one of the most simple forces you can do of a card onto somebody for whatever you need it for. Now, without further ado, let's get into the last trick of today. It's going to be what I call a half Charlier cut. Alright? Now, this is based off of a Charlier cut. Now, personally, I cannot do a Charlier cut, but we're going to attempt really quick to do that. If we cannot, okay. If we can, cool. Alright, so, a Charlier. You split off, so you're holding the cards like this. Now, there's a lot of people you can learn this from that are way better at this than me, but this is how I know how to do it. So, what you're going to do is you're going to hold the pack like this. You're going to let about half of it drop off. Then you're going to curl your index finger up in here, pushing this pack up, and grabbing it. So a Charlier cut is basically like a one-handed cut. And then you let those fall, and you let those fall on top. Okay? So I know it's maybe a little hard to understand, but that's how this is going to work. But I call this a half Charlier, because you're not fully completing the cut of the cards. What you're doing is you're going to force the card, whatever, or you could just have this be their random selection. Boom. That's what the move looks like. I don't know if anybody else has done this move before me, but I may have created it, I may have not. Just put it down in the comments below if you have seen this before from somebody else. But what I do is, so, now, yes, I do use this in a routine. Let's go ahead and just use the Ace of Spades, because we already know what that card is. We know what to look for. Alright, there we go. Ace of Spades. And so, what we're going to do is, and so this is a little trick tutorial also, but this is also just so that way I can tell what I'm doing. We stick this in here, and we get a little flush break back here. And we just pretend like we're squaring up the cards. We get a little flush break right here. Now from the front, this looks flush. But we're going to riffle through the cards. We're going to stick our thumb in and reveal that card. Now, I use this in my ambitious card routine. It's a little bit different than everybody else's, but it's what I like to use. It's what I can use. And so, there's a lot of ways to get a card to the top of the deck. I like to use that in a part of the routine where I say, watch, this is how we actually do it. We force it to the top. And so, that's just a little sneak peek of the routine. But, all this is, like I said, it's you slide it in. And as you're sliding it in, you're going to purposefully push off this half of the pack. Just like that. Now, you would not normally slide it in face up, but I am just doing this for tutorial purposes. And then as you come back to square this up, you're going to push that down, and that's going to catch your flush break. Just like that. And then you're going to riffle through the cards, and it's going to stop. Now, you can have your spectator say stop, and then actually stop where they want it to. But personally, me, I just like to do it, just riffle. And I have had spectators say stop, but hey, it works. Whatever way works for you, works for you. And so, that's really all I have for today, but the tutorial for that, sorry, getting ahead of myself here. So, let's go ahead. Like I said, you slide it in here. So, this is the Ace of Spades. You slide it in here. I almost always forget when I'm teaching this to someone. But like this, you squeeze that down tight. You get that flush break, and you riffle through all that. Now this is the part that's the half Charlier. So your thumb is already here because you riffled through all this. But you bring your thumb, you fold it in, and the grip from your finger is automatically gonna do this. It's gonna pull out the card. Now, the part I do where I shoot off the card, it's better if it's done faster, so I'm not gonna be able to do it slower. But the basic motion is like, if you know what a top shot is, that's the basic motion. I just cannot do top shot, so that's where that comes from. So we've already gone through all this part. We bring their card to the top of the deck. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to load for top shot, which is this position basically where it's the ring finger, middle finger, index finger, and thumb. We pop it off. Sorry, real quick guys, I'm going to pause this real quick. I'm sure you hear the vibrating in the background. Alright, so sorry guys, I'm sure you heard the vibrating. Like I said, this is my regular phone, so I do frequently get calls to it. So, really quick, let's get this Ace of Spades out of here. Now, top shot. You can either do the position I just showed you, or this position. Now, if you want to do actual top shot, it's the first position that I showed you. But what I would do with it in this instant, you'll learn this move later in this series. But I would slide this card into the deck. Now, I'm sure you guys are already thinking, hey, he has a brake. Nope, no brakes. No brakes back here. And so, what I would do is I would square up the deck just like that. Square up the deck. Slide this card straight into the deck. Just like that. Straight in. And just like that, I would take this and I would go from here to here to here to here. And that's where I would go from there. And so that's how I would introduce this next part of, oh, that's when we place them in face up. Yeah, just like that. We place them in face up, get my brake, square it up. In the front, looks normal. In the back, I have that brake. In the front here, or in the back, yeah, sorry. In the front, it's already squared up in the back, and alright, let me retry that. It's already squared up in the front. We have a brake in the back. We riffle through. We try not to expose that, or flash that ace of spades. You can flash it right there, that's okay. But this is to reveal it face up. Now, you can flick this onto the table or into your hand like I do. Or you could just... Let's see if I can get this here. That's really what a Top Shot is supposed to look like. It's supposed to be... Nope, not that. See, I think it's when I think about it that it does that, but hey. So, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm going to keep trying Top Shot while I talk here. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's what it's supposed to look like almost, except you're supposed to catch it in this hand. So, like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video, which should be, this Saturday's Busking live stream, 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Central Time. I hope you guys have been able to use these card manipulation tutorials, that they have come in handy for you. More shorts content coming soon, all that fun stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a blessed day, everybody. Whee!